All right. Good morning, everyone. Mike and Corey back here after the weekend. We've got three exciting topics for you today. One, Berkshire, Warren Buffett, retiring, getting close to retiring. Corey's going to dig into what they said on the meeting there, 6 key points out of that. What could Trump put tariffs on next? How about Hollywood? Does that affect you? Are you a movie star? Probably not. But do you watch Netflix? Probably. So that's another one. And then some good news. Oil prices going down. That doesn't always reflect what we want in the economy, but that means the price at the pump goes down. And then finally, I'll close it out with the awarding on video recorded of the famed Ankerstar Silver Bowl from our stock market challenge. I got the privilege of delivering the award and captured it on video, so I think you will enjoy that. With that, this is a financial education presentation. You must do your own due diligence on anything that you hear in this presentation. More disclaimer information can be found on ankerstarwealth.com, and the opinions expressed are mine and Corey's alone. So let's talk about Warren and what's going on with Berkshire.
Yeah, all right. So I've never been to one of the shareholder meetings, and obviously that'd be a cool moment for any investor. But if you were there this year, one of the hottest items was the Warren Buffett Squishmallow, which I didn't know, Mike. They own that company. Berkshire owns that company. And when I found that out, it occurred to me, we've got like 10 of those around our house from little Easter bunnies or whatever. We have young kids, and that just cracked me up. But seeing a Warren Buffett Squishmallow cracked me up.
Oh my goodness. Am I showing them my age by saying I've never heard of a Squishmallow before, and I'm pretty sure that I don't own one?
You're showing your kids' age. That's what you're doing.
Showing my kids' age. Okay.
If your kids, yeah, you missed that one. All right. So some things that came out of that shareholder meeting. And you might see the stock is down today out of respect for Warren Buffett and his value to the company announcing his retirement. So here we go. He did announce that plan for retirement, and it was funny, Mike. I don't know if you listened to any of it, but he's kind of rambling on for 3 minutes or so, kind of a slow pace, and then he's like, oh, yeah, and Greg, the guy he's handing the reins to, he's like, this is the first Greg has heard of any of this.
Wow.
So it just he sprung it on everyone. Pretty crazy. He did go on. He did have some comments for these current tariff, current events that we've been talking about. He says, "quote Trade should not be a weapon. I do think that the more prosperous the rest of the world becomes, it won't be at our expense. The more prosperous we'll become, and the safer we'll feel, and your children will feel someday." So, that was his stance, is that these tariffs are a net negative for global progress. Obviously he highlighted this for recent market volatility or turbulence, basically saying that the word he used was, there it is really nothing. He said it's nothing. Obviously, he's been an investor for how many years? A lot, and he's seen it all. I'm sure he'd say. He did mention that Berkshire has fallen 50% 3 times. That's his company in the stock market, and none of the 3 times was there anything really fundamentally wrong with the company. So that's volatility is just part of it. He believes in American exceptionalism. And then he thinks deficits are a problem. So he says it's unsustainable over a very long period of time. I heard him give an analogy, which he's such a good teacher. I heard him give an analogy probably 20 years ago, where he was talking about how the United States is like this amazing farm that extends beyond what we can even see, beyond our sight. And that these deficits are like us selling a piece of our farm that we can't even see, that's so far away, from our farm is so big, we can sell a piece of it and not even notice it until eventually someday you do notice it and it does get into sight. But while it's out of sight, it can kind of be out of mind, but we shouldn't treat it that way. I thought that was a really good analogy. But that,
Yes.
that was a few decades ago. And then he did mention they were almost about to spend 10 billion recently, but not quite. And they're sitting on $350 billion of cash right now. So
Wow.
yeah, and they produce 40 billion a year. So he did mention, he's like, if we start investing 50 billion a year, that's not enough, they'd never run out of cash. But
well, that's one thing amazing sitting on that much cash. While the treasuries are up and paying 4.7%, it's easier to do. Now we go back down to low rates. It's a lot harder to sit on that much cash. But of course, respect Warren. I've seen where he has this lunch where they auction off to do lunch with him, and it goes for like millions of dollars. I never did put in a bid for the auction. I think my limit would have been like 200. I don't even know. But maybe someday we'll do lunch with Corey. We'll start the auction at, I don't know, $100, and we'll get up to 150. Well, one thing he did mention was tariffs, and he was not a fan of tariffs. Nobody is a fan of tariffs if they make the market go down. But I do understand a purpose for getting fair, equal tariffs among countries. So I thought this was interesting. We just couldn't let tariff talk die. So Trump came out and said, let's do this on Hollywood studios. And I don't think Trump's a fan of Hollywood. But of course, initially you think, well, wait a second, like, doesn't the United States produce all the good films? And that's something that we actually export around the world. Like over in China, they probably watch the Avengers and, all that good stuff. Well, and when I saw it, I thought, that's not going to affect us. And then I scrolled through the article and found out, oh, wait, it does affect us. So what he's actually proposing is when these companies like Netflix and Disney and Warner Brothers produce a film in a foreign country, to bring the film here, there would be a tariff. Oh, it does affect us. I was hoping for a tariff thing that did not. So anyways, once again, negotiating. It's not even really, how they would implement this. It says it's unclear who would pay it. They're not sure. It's talk. It'll blow over. But anyways, I saw it in the news. And on the positive note, before I show our video, oil prices coming down after OPEC agrees to surge production. So basically, if there's a surge of oil needed, OPEC says, hey, we'll do that. We'll meet that. That keeps the price down. When the oil prices go up, that means the economy is charging full force. So that, it's kind of strange where we want oil prices to be up because that shows the economy is doing well. But heck, I want to pay less at the pump. That's what I want. I want cheap oil for whatever gas vehicles I have. And with this one, the price goes down, oil prices go down, you should see a drop at the pump. Okay, what I want to close with is back in March, we had our stock market challenge where we took the top 64 biggest market cap companies. We let everybody that wanted to enter pick 4 companies, the big popular ones you'd expect: NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon, Palantir. In March, if any of you remember March, and some of you may, March was a painful month. It was like, if my stock only went down 1%, I won my match because the other guy's stock went down 3%. Well, anyways, coming out of that, we have our grand prize winner, and I got to award this last Friday. It's Cindy Patterson. She picked 2 of the final 4, so that's why she was the winner. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this out, show the video of her getting her Ankerstar silver bowl and her reaction. She knew I was stopping over, but she didn't know she was going to be on video. So, try to catch a little of the surprise factor. But congratulations, Cindy, for this prestigious award. Let me bring this over here, and I'm going to press play.
Do this.
Hello, I'm here to present our winner of our Silver Bowl for the Ankerstar Wealth Stock Market Challenge to Cindy Patterson. Give her her prestigious box. I'm just recording it. It's not live. I'm recording it. Go ahead and open it up. We'll see what everyone can see what it is. I'll send this. Oh, oops.
Let's go over here. See what it is.
I didn't pull it out.
Oh, it's in another box. It's heavy. Well, not real heavy. It's a silver bowl.
Pull it out so everyone can see it. We'll put this on our show. All right, that is for picking our stock market challenge. Cindy, I don't even remember what stock you picked that won it, but great job. Congratulations. Is this the highlight of your day, week, and year?
Of course. I always wanted a bowl in my China shop, my China thing.
Yes.
With the prom gowns.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll look forward to having more contests. And next video we'll show is the winner of the basketball NCAA challenge. We'll do that, I believe, tomorrow. So thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Congratulations, Cindy.
Congrats.